Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Firm Podcast. You already know you got Charles in the building. We got Nick. What's up, Nick?
What's up, everybody? What's happening?
Hey, man, listen. If y'all don't know, we already got a special guest for this particular episode, man. We got I'm not going to even say a fan of the episode. I'm going to say a real life supporter of the episode. CEO, Chief Creative of the HBUC. We've got Travis Cochran, a.k.a. Trav, also known as Don't Hate Trav in the building. What's up, Trav?
A problematic Trav.
Hey, man, I go by a lot of names, man. But
He go by a lot of names. Let me do this first, though, before you get started, because I know you're going to take off. Let me take an opportunity to get this man his flowers,
today.
right?
I'm corporate today.
He corporate today, everybody. Check his swag out. He real clean today, really professional.
No hoodies.
Hey, this is what he do. No hoodie today, no shorts today, no sneakers today is a real big one, right? But let me take an opportunity, right? It's real big to us on this podcast that we give folks their flowers when they get an opportunity to do so. So let me take an opportunity to give Travis flowers. First and foremost, there are a lot of people in the world who do very little but talk a lot about what they do. And then there are people who do a lot and don't mention it at all. Travis is certainly the latter, right? He spends a lot of his time not just creating and doing, but really sewing into people who are trying to do the work, right? Yeah. Whether it's young folks, whether it's the Firm Podcast, and he's really a creative, really spending all of his time thinking about what's the best product he can bring to people, not just so that he can elevate himself, but really so that he can contribute to bettering his craft. He's an author. He's a creative. I want to just take an opportunity to give you your flowers, and we appreciate you for joining us again.
I appreciate that, bro. Main reason I appreciate that because everybody like compliments, man. But I think there was a time in my life where because I really feel the way you just said, I felt crazy.
Okay.
And I felt like I was making my life harder by not just kind of, focusing on the couple things, focusing on my personal brand or focusing on a brand, period.
Because that's what people tell you to do. Yeah. All of business advice tells you to get good at one thing and to master that thing.
And the new thing is to tell you to only focus on you. I just don't really think your life
produces a selfish culture.
It's very. I really just don't feel like you don't live longer by only focusing on you.
That's real.
But if I die today, man, I really put a lot of stuff into a lot of people. And I could live with that. If I don't become a billionaire, so what? And then I was talking to one of my boys. Shout out to Marcel. Marcel is on Broken Play with Nav Green them, and he work at Turner and all that. Live like Marcel, y'all go check him out. And he was like, bro, you always got ideas. I said, a lot of people put their money into luxury and vacations and all that. I'm putting my money into ideas. I'd rather see what you got or what anybody else got. If it makes sense and I'm inspired by it, I'd rather see my money go to that. I'd rather see my time go to that. So, people make you feel crazy because they be like, man, you could be doing such and such. But I'm like, man, I'm good. I can make money in my sleep. I want to make art.
So here's what I love about what you just said, right? Because that leads us into your most important accolade and the real reason we all connect and are together on this platform. You're also a phenomenal father of a teenage boy.
Man,
right?
It's getting harder every day.
But listen, though, we getting there. We finna go there in just a moment. But your most important accolade is the fact that you are a present and active father of a young black man. All right? So question number one, y'all, we ain't even holding no punches. We getting straight into it tonight. Do you have enough kids? Y'all see he had to take a beverage first. He had to take a sip first. So just so that y'all know, we didn't just...
that depends on the day you ask him, right?
That depends on the day
you ask him.
Listen, but the conversation today is really robust, everybody. It's really, you know what, though? His opinion is very demure.
I don't.
You don't have enough kids. Why?
I don't have enough kids, and my son 14, right? And a lot of people say, it's hard. You should have your kids back to back, and I can see that. But, man, when I really sit back and think about it, man, I ain't do it right. So, like...
What do you mean by that?
My son didn't grow up in the house with me. Even though for the first probably 7 years, I had my son as many days or more days than his mom per month. But
as many days or more days.
So it would be 14 to 17 days per month
till what
that
time?
He would till he was about 6 or 7.
Okay, which is important.
Yeah, the critical time. And at that time, I worked 100% out of the state. I literally moved back to Atlanta and spent $50,000 to $60,000 a year in travel just to be here on my off days. And I worked 14 hours. I worked 15 days a month. And then the other 14, 15 days, I would be here. And my son would be with me from sun up to sundown, no matter what was going on. And it had got to the point where like me and his mom would fight over when I would bring him back home. So it's not like I didn't spend the time with him.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, he didn't grow up in the house with me. He didn't grow up in a house of two loving individuals together. Like his mom was single, I was single. Like he didn't grow up in that. And I really like want or need to embody that. You know, we talk a lot about, you know, being a leader and all of these different things. And it's like, I have to go do it that way. I have to go get married and have kids and live that life. And even though my son is 14, man, my son is the greatest masterpiece God could have created in my mind.
I was just about to say that, right? Because he's embodied a lot of qualities and traits. Even though you weren't there and you talk about the things he didn't have, there's still a lot of things that he was able to capture. Like how were you able to give him those things, even though after what you say 6 or 7, he wasn't really in the house? How were you able to give him those traits, right?
Because
and help him develop into that person.
Because even then, I always like my son can call me right now. Well, technically it's a weekend, but if my son called me on a Wednesday and say, "Dad, I want to come spend the night. I want to come stay with you."
Mm-hmm.
My son lives 45 minutes to an hour. If I take my son from my house to his school and come back, that's an hour and a half, 2 hour round trip. Because Atlanta traffic in the morning, getting all the way to Lawrenceville and back, is gonna be crazy. But I've never once told my son, "I'm not coming to get you."
So let's pause right there first, right? Why is it that you've never, no matter what you got going on, why have you never told him you're not coming?
Because my dad never told me that. And my mom and my dad wasn't together since I was 4 months. And I had that same level of saying, I could call my dad and say, "Dad, I want to come stay with you tonight." No matter what my dad was doing, my dad was coming to get me that day. And so that's just how I am. But I also felt like I always felt the guilt of us not being in the same house.
I could feel that.
So whenever he would ask, if my son called me, when I lived in Baltimore, if my son had a doctor's appointment that came up last minute, I would drive 15 hours because, okay, the flight costs too much, but I can get there by the next morning. So I've always felt this guilt of us not being in the same house, that anytime my presence was requested, I was going to do it.
See, but
I can't speak to that.
see, even when you say that, though, I can understand that because I know even like me, I feel the guilt, like, it's all my fatherhood is always on the line.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is the moment I don't do this, everything crumbles.
I'm a bad dad now.
I'm a bad dad.
And now
I struggle with that. So I feel like every moment I have to be present.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a battle within myself. I think a lot of black fathers do battle within that because you feel like, especially when your kids are not in your house, I have to show up every time.
It
ain't no excuse.
So even when my son, sorry to cut you off, even when my son's mom has at different points when our co-parenting relationship wasn't the best, even in times where she would tell me stuff late or intentionally, in my opinion,
keep you out of
do stuff so I would miss it.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I overcompensated.
Yes.
Because I never wanted to give her or anybody the leverage to say, "See, you thought your dad was all that. He ain't."
Yeah, but here's the thing, right? I necessarily can't relate in those terms, but I relate in the fact that I have to travel for work. And so I had this sensitivity to the fact that I'm gone sometimes, right? And there are times when, no matter how hard I try, there are really important moments that happen in my kids' life, but I got to travel for work, right? I got to do what I got to do. And so there's a small level of guilt that I carry in those moments, but it may not be to the same magnitude of what y'all talking about.
But see, the guilt that we carry, I think it's still a level of guilt, don't get me wrong. But the guilt that we carry, the burden that we carry is that you live in the home with your kids. You can wake up and just go in there at different times. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm afforded the luxury of having one of my kids live with me, but I don't have the other one. So sometimes even with Peyton, it's like, I got to overly do it because you're not here. And I want you to know I'm your dad and I'm here for you.
And I love
like
you
I got your back. Me and your mom are not together, but I love you the same as I love Amar, and I want you to know that. And so that's a battle from within. I think a lot of dads do struggle with that, especially when you, not being funny, when you really want to be a good dad.
But here's
because the worst thing we said, like even on a session we had, when we hit the dad with that, we said, "What if you doing all this and your kids say, 'Man, you wasn't shit.
You weren't there.'"
That'll crush you, bro. Because you like, "Man, I was showing. I'm trying to work. I'm trying to provide." And he said, "You damn, Dad, all that working you doing, it didn't mean shit to me."
But here's the other part about it. Would that guilt be as strong as on you if you knew that the mother of your children was speaking positive affirmations to your children about you?
It wouldn't be. It wouldn't be. But see, the thing is, I don't know what's being said about me.
That's not to say it's bad.
Not saying
I
it's
just
bad.
don't know.
I just don't know. But for my soul and my spirit, I got to do what I got to do.
That's a challenge in and of itself.
It is. It is. But again, when you talk about co-parenting, you don't know what's being said about you in the house. Because even with me, my kids' mothers could think I'm saying the worst things about them. And one thing I've done, and anybody who really know me, why I speak so highly of my kid's mother? Because it's not my place to slander either one of them. Regardless of what, it could be the worst situation ever. That's their mom. And I would feel like man, honestly, bro, I don't care how bad a mom is, it ain't a dad's place to slander. Because again,
and you can't win it.
You can't win. Because that's their mama.
But I'm gonna give you another piece to it. To my knowledge, personally, I've never known my son's mom to speak bad about me to him.
Yeah.
Right? But I've known my son's mom to speak bad about me to other people who then would speak bad to my son about me. You know what I'm saying?
But because
she don't even know that it has that roundabout effect.
Yeah.
Like she might say, we might get in an argument and she might say something on social media. And then one of her friends might see it. And then the next time they see my son, they be like, well, your dad don't do this. My son's like, what are you talking about? But she didn't directly do that. So you always fighting to be the best parent in their eyes. And then what happens is, as your kids get older, they just naturally want to do things without you. But every time my son don't want to come to the house, or every time my son don't want to go do something, I feel like I failed somewhere as a father. Because my son used to always want to be with me.
That's strong. And you struggle with that.
Even though as a teenager, he just naturally don't care.
Don't care no more.
But you struggle with that because you lost so much time in the process. You see what I'm saying? And you have to check yourself because even like me and Amari, we were having a conversation on that. So your sister's getting older. That time kind of diminishes because she's older. She wants to hang out with her friends. She wants to do these. And I have to be okay with that.
And sometimes she just wants to stay at the house. Ain't even nothing
like now, she'll call me and then maybe like, hey, man, Dad, I want to come over. Okay, cool. I'll take all the time. I don't care if I got something going. I'm going to pause that because I'm taking those moments because some weekends, she may say, Dad, we got homecoming there. Okay, baby.
It's your weekend, though.
Here go some money.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And I have to be okay with that because I have to then reflect back to myself and say, I was once a teenager. I wasn't trying to do everything with my mom, and my mom lived in my house. I'm going to go, and my mom not being funny. And I thought about it. I said, wow. I used to go in the house and close my door. I might not see my mom no more that day. But when she was in my house, so she probably felt okay. I had to say, Nick, you didn't even spend time with your mom when she was in the house like that.
Man, you want me to tell you the crazy thing, dog?
Yeah, that's real.
And this is a very vulnerable. I've never said this nowhere publicly. Bro, do you know sometimes now the excitement for my job is hoping that what I'm doing that day is something my son want to come to. Like if my son,
that you can show him what you're doing, or so that he will find.
If 21, my son loves 21 Savage.
But dang, that's
my
crazy.
son loves 21 Savage, right?
Yeah.
Bro, 21 Savage could ask me for any of my services for free. I would do it just because I know my son is coming.
Dang, boy, it's crazy you said that, though. I just told somebody today talking about something. I said I found the most joy in fatherhood with Peyton this summer when she got a chance to work for me.
She got a chance to see your everyday
because
life.
she got the chance to see me going. And she would come home like, man, my dad is this. Because I just never got, it's like we had that bond, so she got to see what I do. She got to see the impact. So she's like, oh, that's my dad. And for me, that validated me more than she even knew. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, okay, we just hanging out at work. But for me, it was everything. Those drives to work in the morning. Those drives back home, just sitting in the car, tired. Seeing her get her first check. Like, but that was all dad.
Dog, my son, I ain't gonna lie to you, dog. Like, this fatherhood. Man, my son, what's today? Friday? Dog, my son called me yesterday, right? So my son's mom is currently pregnant. She's pregnant by somebody I know that I grew up with. Not like that was my homeboy and she did some foul stuff. We just all from the same town.
Context, you from a small town.
From a small town, right?
That's how they go.
So the guy that she's currently pregnant by has an older son that I used to babysit. because
Small town, small
because
world.
his son, mom is my best friend's wife at this point. That's how small Albany is, right? So my son called me like, Dad, tell Tay that I be shooting BTS for you. And at first it caught me off guard. I'm like, huh? What? Like, what we got to prove to Tay? Tay 17, whatever. Tay been around me some way, some shape or form. What he was doing was bragging to his new stepbrother, whatever that relationship
That
is,
I be there too.
that I get to go do great stuff with my dad.
Mm-hmm.
And then I love Tay to death. Tay was like, man, he just don't look like he don't be doing that with you. No, he don't. I'm like, Tay, here go the pictures. Like he get to do this. And I know Tay was, on one hand, he just giving my son a hard time. On the other hand, he's like, oh man, that's cool. You get to go do that. So that's why my son is bro, I got the phone and cried.
I believe it though.
And it wasn't even no sad occasion. Like the fact that my son was proud to brag to somebody about what he get to do with me, when the last probably 2 years he in high school now, the last 2 years it felt like he don't care about nothing I got going on. That felt great, bro. That was what
That's
$1 million
just his general
to me.
demeanor. He a teenager.
But I get that though, and I feel that because I think, man, as dads, like the littlest things mean a lot to us, and people don't think that, bro. I can even remember Amar saying to me one time, she said, Daddy, you always there. And I'm much like you. But I went in the room and cried because for you to say, man, he always there. That meant the world to me.
Broke.
You know what I'm saying? That just, I'm in there like a baby, but people don't understand too, and we've talked about on episodes. We have feelings too. I know you see Dad as this big tough guy thing. No, man, it's a little sensitive soft spot in us. Like we love that. When our kids tell us, "Hey, man, I love you all. Hey, Dad, I thank you." Those things mean a lot. They mean a lot, bro.
But now I'm gonna switch it back. Do you have enough kids?
I absolutely got enough kids. Let me tell y'all something, right? So if you haven't been following the episodes, I got 4 kids. I absolutely have enough.
Frank the Tank. Man.
Listen, man, that's nothing else.
That's Frank's son.
I don't need nothing
That's
else.
Frank's son,
Listen, man.
That's Frank's son.
I got Frank, Erica, Blake, Alexandria. I don't need no more.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
And here go the beauty of mine. I got 2 and 2, right? And the ones that I actually are my seed, I got by the same woman. I got enough children.
Yeah.
Anything else would really mess up the equation.
Blake and Frank represent both sides of you
Don't they?
So well.
And see, you got an opportunity to see Blake. And so you got an opportunity to see this semi, he observing, he just chilling in the world. But you also got a chance to see Frank. Frank turned up.
Man, when I saw Frank, when we did the opening at Foot Locker,
yeah,
I say, oh, that's old Charles right there.
Yeah. Like he real on
really
edge.
turned up, but he really don't care about nobody.
Listen.
Frank walking there like, yeah, this cool.
Yeah.
Why you talking to me? Like he just got the demeanor of what you want.
Yeah. Yeah.
Meanwhile, Blake is like, how you doing, sir?
Yeah. Yeah. Blake give you that real professional. Blake give you the real
Blake is on some, hey man, I'm gonna do my best because you're not gonna tell my dad that I embarrassed him.
Yeah.
That is his whole demeanor. And Frank is on some, hey bro, don't make me have to embarrass my dad.
on some real, don't push me.
Hey, that's spot on. That's spot on. That's spot on.
Let me tell you what my boy do though. My boy say, I say, what's up? My boy say, Daddy, I had a tough day after school today. I say, why you had a tough day after school? Yeah, we had this instructor, and it was his first day, Daddy. I didn't know him. And he was trying to tell me, so I said, hold on, wait a minute. We respect adults no matter what. Yeah, Daddy, but I ain't know him like that. I said, hey man, listen. In my mind, I really want to laugh, right? That's that contradiction as a father. It's like, in your mind, you're really like, yeah, but you don't know. Like, half of me really aligning with him.
But you don't know home like that.
You don't really know me like that. Don't come at me like that. But the other half of me, like the real dad side of me, is like, hey, man, that's an adult responsible for taking care of you. Right?
We don't do that.
You don't do that. But the other part of me is like, he really don't know you. Why he coming at you like that? You know what I'm saying? But you 100%. That was spot on right there, Trey. So we jumping back into this. We got way out top. We started this conversation in, do you have enough kids? Trey said he don't have enough because he going to go back and do it again. Nick, how you feel about it?
So, do I have enough? I would say biologically, yes. Biologically, yes. I think because my girls are 15 and 11. I always think, man, like starting over now would be, man.
But you look 30, my boy.
I don't care how. Well, let me tell you something. I can tell you this. This goes out to every parent. I don't think we're meant to be parents for a lifetime. I do look at it like it's like a marriage to death do us part. Mm-hmm. But at some point, bro, I want to take over Nick's life and focus just on Nick. I don't want to have to make sure you get to go to school and do. It's my time. Right. It's my time.
So let me ask you a question. Do you think you would still have that same mindset if you had two parents in the house with your kids versus you being the custodial parent?
Yes.
But
I can answer that.
Not being funny. Yes. Not being funny. I'm much like Charles said.
Yes.
Either way you slice it, I'm done.
Boy ain't going back
because my kids are too old to be going back. I can't imagine daycare. Not even just the cost of it, just baby crying, not sleeping. I can't do that. I tilt my head off to anybody who does it. My girls are self-sufficient. Bad as we hate them becoming independent because they don't need us, we love it too at the same time.
That's why I don't want no pets. Because pets never grow up. I can take more kids.
But me, I don't want any more. That's why I say in the capacity of being a bonus father, definitely. But far as like biologically having, can't do it, bro.
Let me tell you
I can't ask you this question.
I just had the first time this week, literally in 2024, that my oldest was able to supervise my youngest for a couple of hours.
For a couple hours?
It was just a couple hours. It wasn't even major. We went to dinner.
I'm going to keep it a buck.
For our anniversary for a really nice dinner.
My kids going to be latchkey kids. I think it builds character.
It does build character.
Yeah, but I ain't got time for no calls.
And I think oftentimes...
I ain't got time for no calls.
Well, we also in an era where neighbors will call the police and all this old extra stuff. You know what I'm saying? But this is the first time that my wife and I have experienced that level of freedom where we didn't have to do all this extra around sitters.
And how old are your kids?
My oldest is 16. And so it's hey, you gonna watch your siblings. They gonna go to bed when it's time for them to go to bed. If you got a problem, FaceTime me or else. The end.
Do you think how different is the responsibility for her to watch her siblings versus just to leave her at home by herself?
Oh, it's far different, right? But you know what though? It's really not that. It's not a huge gap because
I can leave my 14-year-old son at the house. I can't leave my 18-year-old goddaughter at the house.
Really?
Different.
For me personally,
mental space.
And that might be sexy,
I get
though.
it.
So my oldest is my daughter. She's 16. She knows what's supposed to happen. Dinner was already provided. Like, it's the basics. Hey, this is what time they go to bed. If somebody don't abide by that, you FaceTime me and it's instant. I'm the enforcer no matter what.
How many Ring cameras you got?
I just got that main one on the front door. I got exterior.
But I'm even like, Charles, if I got a 16-year-old, I got a babysitter now. And I'm gonna make an example out of somebody.
They an extension of me.
I know I gotta make an example. And then when we have to learn that as parents too, because we're sometimes majoring in the minors. And it's like, let you have something. That don't really matter. Cause I'm not being funny, you control all the majors. But you want to control the minors too. It's like, okay, let you have it.
But it's because we was raised a certain way where I feel like, son, if you ain't got no tape up and your nails dirty, what girl gonna want you? Yeah. And the girl that wants you with dirty nails and bad hair ain't the girl for you.
But listen to this. But the lesson comes in when the rejection comes. Because you go approach that girl you like and she tell you, oh boy, you got dirty nails. The nails will stay clean now. So you see what I'm saying?
Hey, find him.
Yeah, that's what you need. You need her to help you. Please. That's what you need. Because even like me, man.
Find you a Christina Milian or a Coco Jones, whatever your flavor is, and go get rejected because I'm sick of you not caring about her haircut.
Like even like me. I can go I'm gonna use like Amari for example. Somebody at her school got clown because their breath was stank. Boy, Amari said, Daddy, can you buy me the big bottle of Listerine? So this her routine.
That's not gonna be me.
So this her routine, Trav.
I ain't going through what they went
check his routine out though. This girl will use Listerine before she brush her teeth, floss, brush her teeth, and hit the Listerine again. That's at night and every morning. But somebody in her class that's not gonna be her. So again, these are the same things sometimes I'm talking about. Brush your teeth at night. Oh no, now somebody in school done got clown and she see how that went down, so that changed the whole trajectory of how she moved now. Like even like in the morning, I gotta make sure my lips gloss done, this, then the third day, because they was talking about somebody's lips, and boom.
That's why I say we got to stop taking out jokes and pissing people off, because these things teach you what you need to learn.
Man.
Losing, being clowned, they calling it bullying now. No, go sit at the lunch table and get roasted.
No,
I guarantee you're going to get better.
Get yourself together. Or you just witness somebody get roasted like, boy, not going to be me. I see what they did. It's not going to be me.
I tell you what I'm not going to do.
It builds character.
Yeah.
Regardless of
and instincts.
It builds character.
Every one of us had that lesson early on in life when somebody got Jones for being funky. So you knew for a fact, even when you got PE in the morning, but I got my shower clothes and I got my stuff with me.
I'm not going to lie to you, dog. One day, I clowned. I might have been in 9th grade. And I clowned this boy so bad at like the Christmas assembly for being musty. And then maybe 2 weeks later, I used to have this, shout out to Coach Bowles at Westover, man. I almost had 5 periods a day of PE. My coach, he wasn't even my coach. He was just a coach at the school. He was so worried about me getting like hurt and being in gang stuff and all of this stuff that he was like, hey man, if you're going to skip class and you come to the gym, I'll write you a note to get back in class whenever you're going. Just don't leave school with the rest of the knuckleheads, right? So I might have went to 3, 4, 5 PE periods in a row. And he caught me. And the boy that I roasted, he caught me like walking down the hall with a girl that I like. He was like, damn, you stink today. You had all that to say about me. So now to this day, dog, I can go take a shower in the morning. I can take 3 showers. I'm gonna have deodorant with me everywhere I go.
Boy, you sound like me, bro.
In every bag, in every car. Hey, dog.
See, I don't have one of them stories, but I'm like you. I keep deodorant. Bro, I remember I was in a meeting at work, and somebody in the room was musty. I went to my car, and I couldn't find. I knew I used to keep deodorant in my car. I couldn't find it. Bro, I literally left the meeting and drove to Kroger and got me some deodorant. And put deodorant on. I knew I was good and came back to work because I had to make sure. Because one thing
y'all got trauma. Y'all got Jones trauma.
I don't even know if it's that. But I can tell you this. The smell of must, you will never forget it. That's one of the things they tell you, hey, Charles, you were musty.
Hey, you want me to
that's different, bro.
You want me to tell you what else that did for me, though? None of my friends is ever going to be musty and somebody else tell us.
Yeah. You're gonna be the one.
If we leaving out the house,
but you stay.
Hey, man. Hey, go hit the bathroom real quick, dog. Hey, I got some. I don't care what it is, dog. If your breath, you could have just had guacamole, whatever, dog. Hey. Yeah. We gonna stop at the gas station. I might not even tell you what I'm going to the gas station for. I'm just gonna come out with some. I'm not letting us as a gang get caught with bad hygiene, dog. In no way, shape, or form.
Just ain't doing it.
Because I know what happens.
Yeah.
Listen, man.
You're never gonna be the same when a woman have to tell you that you don't.
But that's the whole next episode, right? Because we already talked about that. All the stuff that people complain about with black men or men in general, all women got to do is collectively say that ain't the
power of the PUSSY.
Man, listen, man.
Talk about that today.
Sagging, cologne, whatever it is y'all think it is.
When I was in college, my freshman year in college, I did a Why Women Control Men article for my composition class. And what I did was I diagrammed the best rapper over the last X amount of years and how they dressed and how women would go and date that kind of men. So men would start being like that. When Lil Wayne had the dreads and the tattoos, all the niggas got the dreads and the tattoos. When T.I. and Young Dro was polo down to the flow, all the niggas was polo down to the flow. Right. When Kanye was the hottest and everybody had pink polos and polo rugbies and whatever, everybody, if you really go look at whatever the prototypical best man in pop culture is at the time, and women like him, men go do it. So if you attach that to social issues, if none of y'all date men that cheat, men will stop cheating. If none of y'all date men that do smoke weed, men will stop smoking weed. Y'all have the power to influence because we literally do 2 things. We work to take care of you, and everything we else to do is to attract you.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's real.
Unfortunately.
That's real. But it also plays into, and we've been all over the place in this particular
It's a great episode, though.
We've been all over the place. But it also plays to a conversation we had off camera. And I'm going to go ahead and shoot shots now. And I'm sorry for anybody who this offends.
Bang.
Men are simple creatures. And so if you can't keep yours in the house, there's some questions you need to be asking. If there's some challenges that you're having with being able to maintain this level of attraction, or there's some issues you're having with relationships, you really need to have this internal conversation because we are really simple creatures. We are not that complicated. And I'm not dumbing us down and I'm not diminishing us. I know some men get into this space of, oh no, I like this. No, at the end of the day, we like peace, right? We like to feel as though we are needed and or wanted. We like peace. It really ain't that hard. There's a whole evolution that can happen after that conversation.
It's the power of threes, right?
Okay.
Men get 3 strikes, but we also got 3 wishes.
Okay.
You fuck me enough, feed me enough, and leave me alone enough, I'll never leave you.
Man just said it. He just broke it all the way down.
And to leave me alone, I could like playing Xbox. If you let me play Xbox 3 nights a week without bothering me, I guarantee you can have the other 4. If you let me go to the gym 3 nights a week, you can have the other 4. If you let a man do anything 3 times a week without bothering him, and if you feed him without him having to take you to dinner 3 times a week, and if you fuck him without him having to initiate it 3 times a week, there's not a man on this earth that's going to leave you.
And you know what? That's an interesting
That's how simple
conversation.
we are.
And we're probably going to come back to that in the next episode, right? Because I don't even think the numbers and that frequency, right? I think it's even the quality. Because that's a quantity aspect. I even think it's the quality of it, right? Because you can even disagree with something I do. It's about how you bring it to me.
The problem is, Charles, they can't do all 3 times a week. They're not designed to put their feelings or their desires in the moment behind yours on a consistent basis. And that's going to piss them off.
Well, you know what, though?
Because they're not taught they have to.
The real challenge, there you go. The real challenge is not that women cannot. The real challenge is that most of them are being informed by sources and or people who tell them that they should not. When in actuality, women who've been married a long time in a successful relationship or who have wise advice will tell you this is a constant give and take. And if you're not ready to give, you're not ready to be in a relationship. And that goes both ways.
If you study psychology, they'll tell you your conditioning is your character.
Okay, that's fair.
So the way your mama conditioned you to go tell your dad to bring your stuff in, do all that, your conditioning is your character. Your character is to be, you specifically, Charles, is a person that all of us, no matter if it's a stranger or one of your best friends, can count on to do the things that you say you're gonna do or that we agree that you're gonna do. I can set my clock to it. Charles gonna do what he's supposed to because you was conditioned that way, right? Women are conditioned that they have to do certain things so you will do more for them. They're not the women who are the women that you're talking about, the wives, they wasn't conditioned that way. Our grandmas weren't conditioned that way. This is a new era way of conditioning. It's like a new book at a school. You know, every 4 years, they replace that science book. They replace that math book. This is a new conditioning of, hey, he's supposed to do 95 things for you to then celebrate him for one. It's not mutual anymore. So what it is women don't care if you play Xbox or they don't care if you do whatever. What they've been taught is if you put anything before them, you don't love them. So if you can enjoy anything without them, then you don't like them. Which is insane.
It is. Overly insane.
So when they get mad, when the playoffs come on, what they're reacting to is they're conditioning on social media that if you won't stop watching that game to talk about their feelings, if you won't stop watching that game to take them to dinner, you somehow value them less. Even if you took them to dinner 6 nights in a row and you only wanted to watch this game one night.
And see, that's what we were talking about that even offline. I think women have to understand that the more peace you provide, the better off he is to you. And the more, because even I was having a conversation earlier this week about saying like, do you want your woman? I do want you to cater to me. I want you to cater to me because naturally as a man, with you catering to me and making my life better, I'm going to make yours even better because I know I'm supposed to.
Because I've already been told I'm supposed to.
I'm supposed to. And
yours is optional.
Not being funny, I really want to anyway. But I want you to see, okay, how do I make his life better? What do I do to bring him peace? How do I make this the whole man?
But we talked about this thing, even offline, we was over there shooting pool. We talked about this idea of the gap between my understanding and your understanding. Some people, women often hear cater to as I'm less than, I'm submissive, I'm made, I'm a servant.
But you're
But
not.
cater to is sometimes in our instant is literally peace. If we equate that
But
to
that's the thing. My difference
support.
is I want you to cater to my peace, not to my ego.
There you go. I need you to cater to my well-being. So does that mean you contribute to my peace? You contribute to supporting me.
But I'm gonna say this: cater to what you know I need. Like, get to know me, listen to me to understand how to cater to me. Because yours may be peace, his may be something different.
You
But
can't get to know me if
your
you're on the clock.
person. You see what I'm saying? And like I'll tell women too, listen to hear, not to respond. Because when I'm telling you what I need and how I need for you to be, listen to that too. You know what I'm saying? Don't tell me what I need. No, listen to me. I'm telling you. I'm giving you this free game of these cliff notes for you to understand, hey, this is what I need from you. And do those things. And so when you do those things, then you can come back and say, I did what you asked me to do. I've done those things.
I give you a perfect example. My birthday this year, I called Nick. I said, Nick, I'm finna take my trip, my birthday trip. I want to go somewhere where I can get some peace of mind, just be off the grid. Nick said, man, go to Brunswick. He from Brunswick, of course. But nobody thinks of Brunswick as a birthday vacation spot.
I do.
Once you go, you go.
The real ones know.
Yeah, I got it.
Once you know, you know.
St. Simon's Brunswick.
Most women, when they birthday come up, it's Turks, Jamaica. They want to go to the big stuff. My thing is, every day of my life and my career, I'm on. I'm on call for everybody. I'm on camera half of the time. Yeah. I'm on the go all the time. So I don't want you to celebrate my birthday by taking me somewhere where I have to do things for you to have fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So if I got to go with you to Turks for my birthday and do all these excursions, that's work.
I'm on.
And did I even want to do that? Did you even ask me that I want to do it?
So
did you
catering
assume?
to me
and so then when I'm not happy, you ungrateful. This is not what I wanted to do, and you didn't ask me.
And it's my birthday.
Yes.
It's not your production.
Yes, I get that.
It's my birthday. So if you like to do all of this big, elaborate stuff for your birthday, it's my job to cater to your birthday.
Yeah.
But on my birthday, I might not want to talk to nobody, including you. And if you can't understand that, then you're not catering to my peace. And I'm at a point where it's about my peace, not about my ego.
That's real.
I don't need the Instagram story. I don't need the long caption in the feed for you to tell people how great I am. Yeah. You can send it to me. And it's not because I want you to hide me or whatever. Because really and truly, the longer the message is, the more hoes I'm going to get. So it's not to hide me.
That's facts. That's fact. We talked about it offline.
It's not to hide me. Yeah. It's just not what I care about.
Yeah. Yeah.
What I care about on my birthday is being able to do this and go over there. And not come back to this at no point for 2 days.
Yeah.
Because right now, I tell you, you ever heard of like what they call phantom vibrators?
Mm-hmm.
You ever had your phone and
you just feel it.
And it didn't vibrate, but
you checking it anyway.
I'm like that in my sleep.
Because the expectation that there's something
But we all
happening.
like that. We all wake up.
There's something
Let me
happening.
go on social media. Let me do this. Like
no, but I will wake up thinking I got calls and notifications that I haven't got yet. In my sleep.
And see, so your piece requires you to be disconnected from those things.
Be disconnected.
And do something different.
Disconnected from the expectation
but like we
of somebody who is making
peace,
everybody else happy.
Somebody who is your peace supports that's what your calm looks like.
Yeah, but again, too, we listening. I'm telling you what my calm looks like. Execute that. I'm not telling you execute nothing extravagant. That's not what I want. Execute what I have. Mm-hmm. My calm, like you say, it may be just sitting on the rooftop up here having a drink.
So I do that.
Like you said, on your birthday. Yeah, they ain't extravagant to you, but that's just like the greatest thing ever to me. And that's what I ask of you.
So I dated this girl for 3 years. And she knew I took this trip for my birthday every year by myself. Right? The first year, she was cool with it. The next 2.5 years, she went with me on the trip. Every time, right? Because she just guilted me around that time to either you coming with me when I leave or you coming halfway into the trip, because you got to make my birthday about you celebrating me versus you letting me do what I like to do for my birthday. So then the year we broke up, I had a birthday and I went back to my normal routine. Mm-hmm. And she has, I think it was COVID or whatever, but she ain't have like the money to do what she wanted to do for my birthday. And she apologized the night of my birthday, like, I'm so sorry I wasn't able to do. I said, it was the best birthday I had in a long time.
Because you gotta do what you want to do.
I got to do what I wanted to do.
I look at my parents though. That's one of the things I think is so cool. It's just like they live by their own rules. Cause even sometimes my pops, like even you reference your birthday, he may tell my mom, man, I want to go play golf in Myrtle Beach. She gonna pay for him to go play golf in Myrtle Beach. She not saying, I got to go. Like, hey, you want to go.
And if you want me to go, cool.
And she ain't gonna ask to go. He may say, well, I want you to go. Then she'll go. But it ain't gonna be that she's impeding on him to go. It's like, if you ask me, I'll go. If you don't ask me, I'm not offended.
I'm still gonna help you.
I'm not offended. I'm gonna let you do what you want to do. Cause even on the flip side, he know how she gonna roll too. Cause if she may say, man, hey, I'm going to see my kids for my birthday. Okay. And she not gonna ask but again, I think that's what understanding. That's what love is about. And it's not, like you said, being selfish, trying to control everything or do it the way you see fit. Cause is that how I want it?
Or you worry about people not thinking we got a great relationship because they ain't see the big ass birthday production.
Let me tell you something. My wife and I are on our 9th wedding anniversary. We celebrated this week.
Damn. Happy anniversary.
Appreciate you.
Happy anniversary.
Hey man, one of her favorite lines is, go do that. You ain't had you time. And you know what that does? It makes me cognizant and aware to say, you know what? You been with the kids all week. I had to travel 2 days to work this week, 3 days to work this week. You ain't had you time. You see what I'm saying? So while people are complaining and trying to fight their way to what they get, no, by her being aware and contributing to my peace makes me say, you know what? You ain't had you time. You know what? Hey, go and do what you need to do Saturday. They gonna be with me.
But see, it goes back to my point. If you take care of me, I'm gonna take even better.
I'm gonna take even better care of you.
If you take care of me, I'll take care of us. I already signed up for this.
Yes.
I'm already gonna do this.
You taking care of me is only gonna make me do it better.
Yeah, you gonna make me do it better, and I'm gonna go more over the top.
That's 100%
because I'm like,
fact.
hey man, well you did this for me.
Listen,
because you think about even me as a man. Listen,
we don't expect
you gotta chill the way like you ain't had you no time. You like, damn. Okay.
You saw that?
Like what?
You be like, damn, you peeped that too?
Yeah. And so even if you did or you didn't have no time, you be like, I'm straight.
Yeah.
But she said, you need you some time. It's something I saw that maybe you just need you some time. Now you come back, you say it too. Baby, I'm done. Hey, here go you some time. I tell you what, y'all go out, you make you a whole day of it. That's what you do. You gave me a couple hours, you make you a whole day of it.
I'm telling you.
Matter of fact, I got you a suite down here. You go stand there by yourself. You just
now I'm looking at Delta.
Now
I'm like, man, I gotta take her somewhere.
Yeah, you got to. Because again, that's how you sow those seeds of building that great relationship.
You say to yourself, okay, boom, 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 this, that. Oh, we can get 3 days here. Boy, I can fly to New York real quick. Boy, I can do this real quick.
Yeah.
Oh, boy, I can make this happen.
Man, her homegirl love Chris Brown.
Yeah.
I don't fuck with Chris Brown. Hey, you and your friend want to go to the Chris Brown concert?
Mary J in Atlanta in February.
See?
I ain't gonna say too much on the podcast.
It makes
Mary J in Atlanta in February.
It makes you want to do that. And you feel like, she ain't telling me to do it, but I'm going to do that because I want to do that. Because I want to do that.
She supports my peace, though.
Again, if you take care of me, I'm going to take better care of you.
I ain't gonna we still doing our fatherhood work. We had off camera conversations.
How these fathers conversations?
I tell my wife where I'm going. She know where I'm going. And she cool. So what is that? What did it do? It made me say, what you need?
Now I'm finna get on my don't hate Trav shit. This be my problem.
This firm.
Lord,
hold on.
We got about 2 more minutes.
Well, listen, y'all. This has been a wonderful episode.
This be my problem. This be my problem. Right now,
and this is where we end it.
If your wife say, hey, me and Crystal going to have drinks after work. It's been a long week. You probably gonna send some money for the first round.
Mm-hmm.
Or go, hey, you got some money? You good? If you say, we going to have drinks, why I can't go? I think that's the not your wife. Mm-hmm. But I'm saying, I think that's the difference. They've been taught that if we go do something without them, it's cause for concern.
Yeah.
And if they go do something without us, it's our job to make sure they get to enjoy it while they're doing it. Well, I think if we can get back to the middle.
But you know what? I always tell people, and that's crazy you said that. The biggest thing a man can get when I see you that text say I'm going to have drinks with the boys is the best thing. Have fun and be safe.
But mean it, though.
That's everything.
But mean it, though.
Genuinely mean, like, have fun.
But here's the thing, right?
Because you can say the same thing, like,
you not saying,
have fun.
And you're not,
That ain't the same.
and you're not sitting there like, man, I got to get out here in an hour. Because it's different when you know I can leave whenever I want to leave, and it's gonna be straight. Ain't no attitude gonna be on the other line.
But the crazy part is, you still gonna leave early because she didn't give you no attitude.
Yeah, and you going home like, hey man, I'm ready to get home. I was
just finna say, all the times y'all know what we do, we shoot. Boy, I get up out of here and go straight to the house. You know why? Because she say, hey, we got ready, we doing the day. I say, hey, you know what time it is? We doing this. I say, you cool? I'm cool. Don't do too much now, because tomorrow I got to get up early and take the girls to dance, so I ain't gonna be here to take you to get the car.
Yeah.
Hey, dog. That's what you call a team player, man.
You understand what I'm saying?
What you call a team. Like, look, I ain't telling you don't do too much because I think you gonna violate us.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, if you get too drunk, you're gonna have to Uber
For
home.
your safety.
And I don't have time tomorrow to take you back to get the car.
Them folks say, hey, don't do too much, because because tomorrow I got to get up early, I got to take the girl.
I want what you got on.
So again,
but listen, man.
Be safe, have fun.
But here's the other part, though, right? And this is a really important part. My wife's advice for marriage does not come from single women.
That's episode.
Her advice for marriage comes. I told you, we collectively talk to married people. Our married OGs have been married for 42 years this year.
Hey, man, I just want to let you know.
That's super important.
I want to let you know. 35 and under ain't got too many married people to find.
Well, listen, what I'm telling you,
you gotta go find you some.
What I'm telling you,
find you some elders.
Hey, but you know what?
Gotta find an elder,
you got to find you some elders, because
and that's men and women. We need
one thing I knew: you a ball player, you a ball player. Y'all ain't going to talk to no chorus teacher about basketball. I don't need to talk to no single man about marriage.
And you know what's crazy too? What you drawing that analogy? I guarantee you, Nick can say this too. When Nick went to school, when he went to AMAC, in the summer he went back and worked out with his high school. His coach had him and all the seniors from the year before come back in the summer and work out with the team now. When I graduated and I went off to college, when I came back in the summer, we went and worked out. You got to go somebody who don't win and saw it
go get that
got to come bring it back to you.
Knowledge.
Because the ones right there with you low key, they ain't trying. They don't want you to beat them to the finish line.
And the knowledge that they provide you is what ultimately, makes you successful, in the long run. Because when you get through those barriers, that conversation, that mentorship is what gets you through it. Because again, if you never had that, you naturally just throw the towel in because this is getting a little tough. So even like we talking about marriage, you need somebody to tell you, hey, bro, hang in there, chill out. That's your ego stepping into play. Hey, man,
go home.
Go home, bro. Go home.
This ain't as complicated as you think.
Take care of you, wife. Hey, bro, it's cheaper to keep her. You know what I'm saying? Because the single friends, hey, man, boy, we out here living the best life. And you get out here, hey, this ain't shit.
Hey, and I'm leaving on this is a bar. My uncle used to always tell me, mentors get you wealthy. Friends keep you average. And competitors make you poor. What he was saying is you got to go get somebody, you got to get knowledge from people ahead of you if you want to go forward. If the only people you talk to is the people on your level, y'all going to all stay at that same level. And if you feel like you got to compete with everybody, you're going to end up broke.
Well, what did it say? But that was it. That was a nugget.
That's it.
That was a nugget.
And we'll wrap.
Corporate trail.
Hey, listen, y'all. Y'all make sure y'all tune in. What's the name of the podcast, man? I'm going to drop a podcast. Y'all tell them to tune in, man.
So,
hey, this is disclaimer notice, ladies and gentlemen. Firm podcast.
Give them my Gemini ways.
The views of his platform are not the views of Firm Podcast. However,
he can't even get
as a creative, we support the creativity, the work that he's bringing, right, and the views that he is expressing. There you go.
So what I'm gonna say is, if you like toxic, joking, fun, inappropriate humor, go watch me on Don't Hate Trav. If you want to see my genuine, serious love and admiration for Black women, go watch my Muse platform. And if you really care about innovators and people who care about their community, go watch Change Agents.
Listen, and that's it. And listen, y'all, this has been another amazing episode of the Firm Podcast. Until next time, peace.